Hello everybody and welcome back for a new video. This time I'm going to release the 220 autocannon, and I'm sorry I haven't really uploaded a lot of autocannons here. I've been working on the region bus that you guys suggested. But let's go right into this. Is the 220, and of course it's built at Y220. You see that up in the corner right there. And I made this little contraption here, and it's not really big. Of course it could go up to sky limit. We at 255 right here. Sorry. So it can go far up, but you can change this around. You can place it somewhere else. I just did it quick because some of you guys suggested it. It's fairly simple. As soon as this one goes down to right here, then this one will push it out one by one. So it's gonna go. It's gonna look something like okay, it broke itself. So it's gonna look something like this, like that. So like a staircase, just like the sand compressor here. It's the exact same thing, and it can hold up a lot more wet sand, but you can place it anywhere you want. It doesn't really have to be here, but it's just yeah. So the 220 here, and it goes to walls easily. I haven't done 100 walls, but probably like 50 walls here. That was not an easy issue with it. I do want to say something about this 220 here. And all the other autocannons. I have a few people saying that when you add 0 to this one, it will go to land and water walls, and that is correct. But some of you say it is still clipping, and that is very weird because this is almost the fastest scatter you can get. There's not really, you can't reduce it more, because then the scatter will go off before the hammer down, which is pretty much the fastest scatter you can get. So it is not the cannon's fault. There must be something else, and that's why I say you should go ahead and you should build this in front of your cannon. If your cannon box is here and you're still on your land, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna build this, so lava and water, and then try to fire and see if the scatter works 100%. And in this case it worked 100%, of course. And even though, let me see here, how can I do this? Even though the water is extremely fast on my server, my scatter will of course be able to do it fast enough so the water can't go ahead and make that little trip out here, up here. So actually, and do it so fast like this. So nothing really happened. But if it's slow, like that, then it's gonna clip, and it's gonna give you this right here, which is the Gen of Doom. You can't get past it at all unless you raise your hammer up a little bit and then see if you can cannon in between, like right here, and then stack down, stack sand in between here, get rid of that water right there. And then go ahead and then you can hybrid, but you need to get rid of this one as well. And it's going to be way complicated, and I don't think there's any way you can get past it unless you're going to go up to the side. And now it's just getting a oh god, let's stop it right there. That's going to be too messy. But that is just about a little bit of it. So when we just have to test pillar some, I guess I call it. I do it every single way I do. I always make a test pillar just to make sure that everything works correctly. Before I go ahead and shoot 20 chunks or 10 chunks or whatever. But that's the 220 here. Let's just go ahead and fire this once. I do need wet sand. No, I got wet sand. I got normal sand. Perfectly. I do want to add a full tick to this one. Because that is kind of the standard ticks. You're going to get it like this, but you can go on a full repeater as well. But let's go ahead. Do we have my alt on? No, I don't. Alright, we have to zoom in here so we can see it, because you always need to load the chunks. If I'm not too far away already. Let's see. No, I'm too far away. I saw the shot. Let's see what it did. Nah, I was too far away. There was no slap bots, it was way too far away, I didn't load up the chunks. But as you see, it is working just fine right here, so I guess you'll have to take my word on it. There is one little thing here. I dropped 2 repeaters on these, and that means that if you... Okay, that needs to be a full take as well. But again, if you want to go ahead and change this repeater here, if you need more than 4 ticks on this repeater, and you go ahead and change that, that means that you need to change this to the same tick as that one, or else it's gonna go offset and it's gonna look a little bad. Let's see if we can do that right here. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can do that right here. And as you see right now, it should go ahead and it should be. You should see that it goes through them, and then it dispenses it. But if you go ahead and you're gonna change ticks on this one, then the hammer will go first, the slap bus will go after, and it wouldn't really help you, or whatever you say. It wouldn't really slap bust. It's simply just gonna fuck it up. I'm pretty sure that one did something. I assume it did something, but let's just make sure. No, that doesn't look like it does something. It's kind of weird because on my server TNT, or on my private server here, my TNT doesn't load chunks. I know I can change it into the options .yml or whatever it is, but I'm just gonna keep it like it is. It works fine. Normally I have an order on at the cannon anyways, just to test around with it and stuff like that. But everything is working. Let's go ahead and put some breadcrumbs up so you guys can see it. The sand goes fine. There's nothing falling down. Everything goes as it should. But let's breadcrumbs, and then let's take the sand away here, and then there you go. Let's go ahead and fire this. You could see that the hammer down is working perfectly because the hammer down has a few changes in it. I know there's no breadcrumbs. Let's just see what's going on here. As you see, I made a big big hammer now. It is way larger than the other one, and that is because I didn't really want them to be that high. I know my private collection is really high, and now the breadcrumbs is not working. But let's see. There you go. It might help. Or it might not. You'll see about that. Nope, it didn't help. But I hope you can be able to see that it is actually. I have a 3 times boost or 3x boost. That means that. Let me go in here. That means that this one explodes, and when that explodes, some of this hammer down is getting pushed a little bit, and after that, this one is getting pushed by this one, and this one is getting pushed. So like the boosters kind of move. So first the one explodes right there, then this one explodes right here. And this one explodes like right here, and that is why it like pushes all the hammer down into this little spot here, and that is the 3 times booster. This booster boosts this boost, and this booster boosts blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think you get the. I can do it. This booster boosts this booster, this booster boosts this booster, and this booster boosts the hammer down over to this piston, and then pushes it out. I guess you get it. And that is weird. Okay. But this is the 220 stacker, and let's just go around a little bit here. Of course, this is. Let me get over to where the breadcrumbs. It's really annoying. This right here is the scatter, and the scatter again. If you have this on no ticks, then it can go through lava and water walls. And yes, I tested it a million times. It does work. If it clips, it's maybe a server lag or something else, because you cannot get a faster scatter than this. But full makes a big hole, as you see. Makes a quite big hole. If you want a bigger scatter, you can go ahead and play with comparators and more TNT and stuff like that. But all in all, that is the scatter. The hammer down is right here, and of course you're gonna have to change ticks on all 4 places if you're gonna change ticks. But normally it's on full repeater, and that should go 20 chunks. And again, if you want to change this repeater, you're going to change this repeater as well, or else the slap bus will not work. But you should be just fine. You can just add a repeater here as well if that's the case. But all in all, good cannon here. The guide is right there, and you probably know what to do with that if you meet issues. But there's not really much more to it. Of course, it is 10 long hammer down now, and this here is just so that the sand doesn't get pushed over here and breaks on here. But let's go ahead and make sure that it is 10 long, because I don't really remember. Yes, it is 10 long, and the booster works fine with it. we are using quite a lot of TNT with the booster here. But it is totally worth it in the end, because you're gonna get to a lot of walls with this 220, and I'm pretty sure you're not gonna use this cannon if you don't have at least a few drops landing on your base. But the sand here is the same, and I don't really want to push the sand compressor further down. I see cannons or autocannons where they have sand compressors all the way down at bedrock. I don't really feel like we're gonna need that. At some point, it doesn't really matter if you have enough sand to go through all the walls, because it's fairly hard to go ahead and build all this sand up, and normally you'll just have alts sitting right here, just scam everything in. And as you saw in my trailer, at the moment where it shows the video where you choose the 240 auto, you kind of see I had a lot of alts just schemating in sand when I'm waiting. So I have like maybe five alts just sitting here, just schematic all the sand in, which is pretty nice. Down here we have the exact same. Why change something if it works? I see a lot of cannons where the sand go this way, then this sand goes this way, and this sand goes up, and that is kind of to realign the sand. But you don't really need that. A lot of people building autocannons use it, but you don't really need it. So you can go ahead and you can just do it like this. It is very less redstone. Of course, it's a little bit messy here with all the repeats and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna change it because it works perfectly. And now this one is getting long as well. It's around 10 as well, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and check. It's 10 exactly. So it's getting long as well. But this TNT here really helps, right? Pushing the sand this way here. So this TNT here can reach all the sand and then push it up. And this is all the TNT you need. You don't need more TNT. I see a lot of autocannons where they have, like, right here they have a fuck ton of dispensers, and it is really ridiculous how much they have just to get that far. And I just realized something. This one is not firing. There you go. But that is really no use, because it is the TNT we use here is just fine. It's just somebody overkills it, which you really don't need. And again, it has quite a lot of dispensers. On this one is around 250 or something like that. Let me just quickly count here, just so I give you the correct number. It's around 264, and you can go lower. You can actually go ahead and remove maybe 5 of these dispensers, but it is just going to be a pain to look at. So I just made it a 4, and it can help you if you use some more slap bots as well. Then it won't be an issue at all. But all in all, a nice cannon. And again, you can move this around as you want. You can move it further down if that's what you want, but just make sure that it is not going under this one, because if you go under that one, you can't really go ahead and stack sand up, because then you're gonna meet this. So or you can go around and do it over here instead. I see there's a little space here, so you can actually do it right here, right next to the hammer down here, and then make a piston push it in this way. There's a lot of possibilities, but I just did this quick. I know it's looking kind of ugly. It looks like a cobble monster with all this cobble shit, but you can move it around as you want, or you can just remove it. To be honest, you can just have or build it up with normal, and you can still go quite high up. There you go. So you can still have quite a lot of wet sand, but of course you can use this one, and you should be able to go quite far with this without touching the cannon at all. But normally I will always sit at the cannon, just make sure that everything goes as it should. But here's the 220 for you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I have a 240 already released. That is the Titan cannon. I'm pretty sure I called it a Titan cannon, Dex's Titan cannon, something for the Archon. And then I have the normal 240 where it goes where the sand compressors all the way down to bedrock. That is the one I released for instead of the 240. My headset went out of battery, so the microphone didn't record any sounds. And that's unfortunate, but it is just well, we were like a 240, and yes, I did release a 240 instead of the normal 240, because I didn't really have a 240 ready, and I didn't really test it, the 240, so I didn't really want to release it, so I released a 240 auto instead, and it seems like you guys was fine with that. But now I have a 240 down in the private collection video as well, and the link is down below, where I have all my cannons from 60 to 255. And there's left shield attachment, nuke attachments, autos, floating barrels, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. But I think that is just about it. There's not really more into this canon here, and I hope that you guys will enjoy this canon here. And if you do, please like my video and comment down below if you have any questions, suggestions, or something like that. I'm always open. I will always answer your comments, or I will at least try to, even though there is a lot of you guys commenting. I'm gonna do my best to answer all of you guys. And as always, subscribe to my channel. My name is Dexter, and I'm out.